So tell me about this expression, born on the island, and what does it mean, and are you?
Yeah, I'm a BOI. I got one of the biggest BOIs around, you know. It means exactly that, born on the island, you know. I'm Leon Phillips II, born and raised in Galveston, Texas in 1948.
I see you got your protection stick there.
Most definitely, most definitely. All right, all right. Good to see you. Happy New Year.
Growing up here in Galveston it was great. You know, I mean, this is an island. How much better can it get? You know, summers were filled with going to the beach and swimming and stuff of that nature. Ike hit Galveston in 2008. Age-wise, with individuals, you would have to be 35, 45 years old, and you wouldn't remember a hurricane prior to that was as devastating as Hurricane Ike was. Hurricane Ike flooded 75% of Galveston Island. The north side of Broadway was disproportionately hit than the south side. The north side of Broadway, most of the houses got 6, 7, 8 feet of water. The south side of Broadway, some of them got 3 feet, some of them got 2 feet. I got 1 foot of water. So the further south you went, the better off you were, because Galveston has a seawall that's 17 feet up in the air. So the water actually runs downhill towards the north side, and those two waters met.
Trying to make his own way. The owner is this mean old bitch. He degrades him every day. When she finds
A lot of successful people came from Galveston, singers and athletes and stuff. And Galveston had a lot of talent. But when Ike hit, it took a lot of people away. A lot of people, businesses and people, school district and stuff. We lost a lot of students in the school district, which made our enrollment drop to 4A.
How old were you?
I was right now I'm 39. I hit 7 years ago. Yeah, I was part of my early 30s. Yeah, I just turned 39.
Can you tell us a story about? We heard that you stayed through Ike.
Yeah, my partner and I we stayed during Ike. Ike was scheduled to make landfall at about 1 o'clock a.m. When we started experiencing the wind and even the storm surge early that afternoon. And it scared me because I went to the corner store and everybody was getting their last minute things and evacuating. And I went to this corner store to get cigarettes and stuff, and I can hear in the gutters, the street gutters, gurgling sound. I never heard it. Never heard it. I've been here all my life, but I never heard that. And later I found out that was the storm surge. The water was rising way before I could even hit here. And I told my boyfriend when I got back home, I said, baby, water's already coming in. And we lived on the north side of Broadway on 33rd and Ball. And that's the low end. Once you go over Broadway, that's the lower end of the island. And we got almost 12, 13 foot of water. We lived upstairs, so we didn't, our landlord lived downstairs, all of her stuff got destroyed. I remember doing the part of when the eye of Ike had came, it was 15 minutes of just quiet, still. Able to look in the sky, we seen the moon. And then I looked down over our balcony, our porch, the water was right there. 12, 13 feet high. And I was like, and then I knew that, Galveston was done. As far as being destroyed and stuff. It's scary. I never, ever experienced it. High winds, water, you know.
It happened in September.
Ike hit in September.
It's crazy. We were when we were leaving to evacuate. My mom was telling us to put stuff in a car, and so me, Amber, and Ashley, which is my stepmom's children, we ran to the beach because we stayed right behind the beach. We stayed right behind the beach, and we ran to the beach, and we were standing, and the waves were just going freaking everywhere.
That's way before the storm even came.
That was like 2 days before the storm came.
You
And
seen the
if you saw that, like I've never seen the seawall with the water level
swelling like that.
It was like we had a Hooters. It's not there anymore.
Yeah, that's what I was telling you.
The legendary Balinese room was destroyed. Flagship. We lost a lot of history. And the other big storm we had was a 1900 storm. But since then, we lost a lot of history with the Ike.
How great is our God? You ought to sing with me. How great is our God? All will see how great is our God. Hear my prayer, oh Lord. Hear my prayer, oh Lord. My name is Jonathan Henry. I'm 14 years old. I'm from Galveston, Texas. I attend Ball High School. I'm a freshman. I just love my family and I just love being around people. Galveston, it is wonderful. It's crazy at times, but it's just wonderful. I love being around Galveston. I love Galvestonians. The people in Galveston are wonderful. We have all types of ethnicities here. White, black, Mexican, you name it. It's all here in Galveston. And we are I'm so happy to be a part of an island. Not many people can say that they live on an island in the USA. So I'm just glad to be here. Galveston, it has a lot of history. It's fun. At times, the community comes together. Like during Hurricane Ike, we all came together. That was a devastating time for me because when I came back and found out that my house had burned down to the ground, that made me really sad because I had all my photos, my toys, my videos, everything that I had was inside the house and it burned down to the ground. Things that we have such as electronics and as much energy as we use up every day, and you think about like the coal and the fuel and just everything in general. Like you hear scientists talk about like global warming is going to happen and stuff like that, and you don't believe it at first until you actually see something of it. And I'm just worried for my generation coming up because we only have God knows how much time left on here. And with everything that's going on, I don't want the earth to be in danger of like water rising up and overtopping and covering us up over the land, and what do? So I'm just worried to death about what's going to happen in the near future concerning the whole earth.
Like you said, climate change, when I was younger, I didn't really pay attention to climate change. But after the hurricane, I was kind of like, this could happen at any moment. We have to take care of this country. I said this country. Forget this country. We need to take care of this world, because clearly, with the crazy thing that's been happening recently, all these hurricanes, earthquakes, everything, we need to take better care of our earth, you know.
Now, after Ike had passed, you know, my thoughts of climate change, I'm more thoughtful of it now. I pay more attention to it now, you know. Climate change is going to have to take everybody to fix it, you know. And I honestly believe people are talking more about it than doing things about it. It's kind of like they're sitting around waiting if it's really going to happen. It is going to happen because, I mean, I read an article where some of the icebergs are breaking apart, you know, faster than we thought. And my common sense tells me that, you know, with those glaciers and icebergs breaking, it's causing the seas to swell. Where did that water go? You know, water like that just don't go, you know, don't just evaporate like that. You know, it's just like kind of like having a big old piece of sculpture and sculpted ice or something, and then when it melts, it has to go somewhere, and that's what probably causing the seas to swell, and then it's probably causing, you know, these hurricanes, hurricanes that we never experienced before. So, but like I said, my view of climate change is I'm more knowledgeable about it now than I have been in the past, and it's really scary. It's really scary, you know.
As the Arctic begins to melt, you have to understand that Galveston is an island. When I left Galveston in 1967, our beaches was almost a block away from the water. Our beaches now are less than a block from the water. They say it's erosion. At present, the Galveston Parks Board has a machine that's out in the water, almost a mile out, that's dredging the floor, spraying sand back up onto the beach to create a beach. Because Galveston's main part of our economy is tourism. The tourists come here because there's a beach here. I think it's a great idea. I think it's a great idea for this reason. The more and more the Arctic melts, the more and more water is going to be in the Gulf of Mexico. The more and more water that's in the Gulf of Mexico, Galveston Island is going to have erosion. So the more and more you dig and put sand back up on top, you're giving that water someplace to go, and you're keeping us from becoming a swamp. It's inevitable that 100 years from now, Galveston Island may not be here.